In this video, I visit Auschwitz and Birkenau. For those who do not know what Auschwitz-Birkenau is, it was the largest death camp that the Nazis had during the Holocaust. 1.3 million people were sent to the Auschwitz camps, and over 1.1 million innocent people were killed at these camps. Little did I know before visiting this place, it would change the way I think and I look at life. It all started for me and the other kids on my trip on a Saturday morning bus drive out to Auschwitz, Poland. Auschwitz, I later learned, meant Auschwitz in English. I remember seeing the words Arbeit macht frei, meaning work sets you free, on the sign overhead the entrance to Auschwitz I. I remember thinking that anyone who entered the camp would have their life changed. That was the case for those who had to go to this place. I remember entering a barrack, and we entered into a room where there was a little stand holding an urn full of real human ashes, and I thought about how they went through the terror that was Auschwitz. I remember entering a few rooms and seeing things ranging from Zyklon B cans that store the chemicals that killed thousands in gas chambers. I remember seeing real people's glasses, seeing pictures of hair combs on the wall, seeing the prosthetic legs and arms, the houseware taken from the innocent people, the shoes that they wore, the briefcases that they had to bring with as much stuff as they could fit in them from home, the straw mattresses. These were the people that you see on the wall that had to surrender their possessions, their families, and their identity. They had their own individual stories that made up who they were until they had to face the terror of death in these camps. The execution wall where people would be lined up and shot. This was a solemn reminder for me that every bullet shot was at an innocent person who lost everything. Now we are in the crematorium, and we are about to see the ovens. Here, innocent people would be put into the ovens and be burned, leaving their bones and ashes. The innocent people's ashes would go out of the chimney, and the people in the camp had to live with ashes falling on them. One of the most sombering parts of the trip for me was this. Here are the rails that would lead to Birkenau, or Auschwitz's second and larger camp. As with the other camps, these innocent people would arrive in these Pullman cars, and most would leave in the form of death. Here we see blown up crematoriums. One of them was blown up in resistance from the innocent people imprisoned in the camp. Others were dismantled and or blown up during the camp's activity or a few weeks before liberation happened. Here's the most impactful part of my Auschwitz-Birkenau experience, this pond. Towards the end of the war, the Nazis wanted to hide what they did during the Holocaust. At Birkenau, one of the ways the Nazis tried to hide the evidence was by taking the ashes of people and putting them in ponds. I remember seeing this and walking right up to it, and the feeling of despair creeped into me. We will not know who those people were, but they had their own stories, just like we do. I remember thinking that those ashes could be anyone. It could be me, my neighbors and friends, the people who went on this trip with me, or someone at my school who I don't know. And that was humbling for me. Overall, feelings of gratitude for the things I do have prevailed beyond anything else. I'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you to my parents, friends, neighbors, my new friends who I made on this trip, and everyone for being there in my life. I don't take you for granted, and I know with all my heart that in God's timing there are no coincidences. I invite everyone who watches this video to look into your heart and find shards of pride, entitlement, bitterness, or anything else that you need to change, and take your challenges to Christ. For He is the one who will change and heal you.